bears and shorts want the price to go down, and when it does, oftentimes shorts will cover their position, buying back their shares and taking their profits essentially. We're down about 6% on the day, so you put those things together, you think, oh yeah, the short interest probably decreased. Shorts they're probably taking profits right now. They made a lot of money today. If we look at the data, according to Bad Form on the Discord, we're up 1.66%. Now, why is this, right? You may ask, well, Brandon, maybe it's because the short interest has already gone down a lot, right? They already covered a lot on the, since we hit $9, up here, $9.12. No, that's not it. The short interest was less than 36 million shares not too long ago. Right now, we have about 40 million, according to Ortex. That's the estimated short interest by Ortex data. The point is, shorts, they don't know when to stop. They don't know when to take profits and stop trying to get us down to zero. It's a fatal flaw and fallacy of the shorts philosophy. They're too greedy. Once they get the hint of money, even though if they're in the green, they want it to go to zero. They want to make way more money. And this presents, I don't want to get everybody hyped up right now. You need to sell right now if you don't understand what you're doing. But this is why there is a gamma squeeze / short squeeze, and or both of them really on the horizon. Now there's a couple of things you need for a gamma squeeze, right? You need short-dated options expiring soon, right? Options that are going to expire soon. You need way higher open interest on the calls, or otherwise known, more calls being bought than puts. Number 3, you need the price to go up, okay? Because it's not going to be a squeeze if the price doesn't go up and it doesn't force the shorts to cover. Otherwise, why the hell would the shorts cover? And number 4, this one's a little iffy, but it helps. Short interest increasing, which is exactly what we've seen, right? If we just look at Fintel here, if you look at the short interest percent of the flow, right? Now these numbers are a little bit screwed up because Fintel is stupid and the flow is 181 million when it's actually 276, whatever. Basically, even though the numbers are in reality a little bit closer to 13, 15%, still look, okay, so since this date right here, which we're going to go over, right? This line right here, it's only been increasing each time. And guess what the date is, okay? It's the settlement day is the 15th of April. Okay, if we go to the chart, 15th of April, right here. Okay, the price was at best $6.50. Since that time, what has happened? Since we've gone up, we've gone down, and we've gone way up. Short interest has only increased. They don't know when to stop. They are just pouncing on the price, and this can probably explain a lot of what's happened today. And my point is that not only has it increased since mid-April, but it continues to do that, and the price has only gone up. This and Wall Street Bets presents a nice auspicious opportunity potentially. And on days like these where you're down 5%, the short interest increases throughout the day, it's just mind-boggling. So I just wanted to tell everybody that there is still a squeeze on the horizon potentially. It's not a huge chance of happening if Wall Street Bets continues to censor us. But here's the thing. If they just start letting our posts go through, it's absolutely over. I mean, there's no other way to say it's absolutely over. Also, even if they don't, we can still squeeze this. This thing can still squeeze without the help of Wall Street Bets, right? We don't need them. We really don't need them. Looking at the price action for today, okay, if we look at the 4-hourly chart here, the Bollinger Band in the middle Bollinger Band, 21 estimated, the 4-hourly, we broke down. All right, that's bearish. Okay, there's no other way to say it. It's bearish. Supertrend on the SAR, they just both flip bearish. That's bearish. That's the first sign of a bearish reversal. Now, I'm not really freaking out because typically, well, not necessarily typically, but at least in this stock's past, the 21 SMA on the daily, right? That middle Bollinger Band on the daily chart time frame, that's the indication whether you're in an uptrend or downtrend, right? Even historically, okay, if you go all the way back here. Once we kind of started making once we started going above it, we didn't even test it again until a while ago. And then obviously on the throughout the downtrend, let me maximize the chart so you actually see what I'm talking about. All right. Basically, it's acted as a resistance level several times. And now we're not even that close to it, right? We would have to hit 660. That number's right there or right there. 660, that's where it's at today. It goes up about, about 10 to 15 to 20 cents each day. So that could be something that could be an entry point. If the Fed meeting is bad tomorrow, that's going to be an entry point. Also, another entry point, if we go to the 2-hourly chart, the ascending level of support. On the 4-hourly chart and the 2-hourly, right, several time frames, there's very clean validations going out and all over the place, okay, all the way since the latest 6th of May. So when we do touch this level, I wouldn't be surprised if we do see some support there. If we can get a perfect level congruency with the daily Bollinger Band and that level, That would be really nice. And that's going to be, what, $7 flat, depending on when it hits. Obviously, this is time sensitive, the 740. And it's going to be really, it's complicated to say when, because, the Bollinger Band is not going to move at perfect parallel. It's not going to be parallel to this, obviously, but, but that's going to be a good entry point if we saw that intersection between those two levels of support. I do really like that we kind of got rejected at 70 on the RSI, and we're kind of just cooling down right now. We cooled down about 6 on the relative strength index on the daily, and, it's not great, but it just tells you we're almost in neutral territory right now. We're at 56, and it just shows you this run-up has not been for no reason. Obviously, if you looked at the news tab, you would know this run-up has not been for no reason at all. Also, I have to say this right on the daily chart, looks very ugly, right? The price target, technically speaking, since we technically did break down on the daily chart, we technically kind of broke down if you consider this a validated chart pattern. There's a descending triangle. Technically, the price target is going to be about, technically the price target is about $6. Okay, is that going to happen? The only way I see $6 happening is if the Fed crashes the markets or the markets just absolutely dump or high growth gets decimated again, which can certainly happen. I'm not betting on that, obviously, but I do have buying power just in case that happens. I think everybody should be prepared for the worst, but I don't think it's extremely likely, in my opinion. But anyways, with that being said, there's about 1,000 more indicators we can go over. Right now, I want to look at some other things. So if we look at this Reddit post right here, Bionano transforming into a prenatal pediatric testing company. I know it's like, Brandon, really, there's no news today. There's literally nothing. I mean, we got this thing right here, which is literally, this thing has been on their website for years, I think. It's absolutely, there's no news. There's literally basically no news today, which is fine. It sucks for this video, but, it's fine. Okay, we got great news yesterday. We got great news last week. Get great news every freaking second almost. All right, but this is the most exciting thing. I think we're going to do a whole video explaining this because this is just great information. To sum it up real quick in this, and short here, we have a new clinical laboratory improved amendment, certified lab in San Diego that's going to be coming out at some time. I would love to know when. No one knows when, to my understanding, but it's going to be focused on prenatal and pediatric testing, maybe, right? This is imagined that it was Cyber 2.0's reimbursable laboratory developed tests focused on prenatal pediatric testing. Obviously, it's a $16.7 billion market cap. I think it means total TAM maybe, or SOM, serviceable obtainable market, or something like that. But anyways, it's a huge market. That's what he's trying to say, and you like to see it. You like to see it. So this is basically, I mean, I think we're gonna do a full in-depth analysis of this. This is obviously is nothing close to that, but at some point we will do that. Other than that, there's literally, there's nothing else to talk about today. That's it. That's it. There's nothing else. We also had this video come out from PacBio, which was long-read sequencing and optical mapping. This one mentioned Bionano, but it's a very old study. So, it's like, well, optical mapping, there's nothing new here. I guess it's good to see that PacBio is mentioning optical mapping, I guess, but it's nothing. There's no big news today at all. So with that being said, this is not financial advice. Thank y'all so much, man. There's no news today, so it's just whatever. But anyways, please know the risks about the Fed tomorrow, right? You can just tune into the live stream tomorrow in the morning. We'll go over like 7,000 times, I'm sure. Tomorrow is the big day with the Fed Reserve and JP. Anyways, with that being said, thank y'all so much. It's not financial advice. I will see y'all in the next one.